What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is going to be your review for Making the Cut, Season 1, Episode 8. So, we are down to four designers. And this particular assignment, as they call them, is a history. It is a let's see where we were from the beginning of the season to where we are now. Show your growth, show your evolution, show us what you learned, show us, what have you done to grow in this process, and why should we, why should you move forward? Why should you, because they're not just looking for a good designer, they're looking for a global brand. And so um so you can make a minimal of 2 looks, but you can make up to 4 looks. And they're going to let the seamstresses are going to be in-house, so they're going to be able to talk to the seamstresses, communicate with the seamstresses, and do all of those, hands-on. And Esther immediately was like, this is right up my alley. This is right up my alley. Because remember, if you go back to episode 1, that's how Esther's been working for years. She said she's been working with a team. She cuts, she designs, they execute, and that she's been working with them. And so she was here. She was gung-ho. She was all for it. Sander decided that he's going to do beginning, middle, future. Like, this is something I would have made when I first started the competition. This is where I am now, and this is the future. So if you give me this opportunity, this is where I aspire to be. And I thought that was a very interesting concept. Johnny, he was struggling and flirting with the idea of being softer and more feminine. He said, he had a harder design aesthetic because he said, I had to be, I had to wear that armor. I had to feel protected and feel like have that wrapped around me. That's who I was. But that's, I'm enjoying, the judges have sort of opened me up to be a softer designer, and I'm actually enjoying it. And so that's what that was. Megan's thing is, look, I haven't been able to jump the hurdle. I haven't been able to go past. So I haven't won. I've been close, but I have not won an assignment yet. And so I need to show the judges there's more pressure on me than anybody else, because I'm the only one here who hasn't. And I need to show the judges that I can go further, that I can give them what they're looking for. And so I thought that was a very interesting, I felt bad for her, because whenever you look at these competition shows, whenever the person starts getting in their head, that is usually where you see them falter. So I was a little nervous for Megan from the very beginning, because I was like, I see you getting in your head. I see you getting in your head. So she decides to work with a material she hasn't worked with, a black crocodile, leather crocodile print. Okay, Johnny's working with chiffon. He's never really done chiffon before. Esther, she's still doing black, honey, but she's looking for different types of black, and she did throw in a little bit of white. And Sander, he's using some color palettes that when he had his Tim talk, Tim wasn't crazy about. Tim told him, and he explained what, the thing I love about Tim, when he gives the criticism, he explains why. He doesn't just say that's not going to work, or I'm not crazy about that. He'll say, look, this is what I'm seeing. This is why I have questions. And he very seldom comes right out and says no. He lets you draw your own conclusion, because at the end of the day, you have to justify it, you have to defend it, it's yours. And so his his critique of Megan was that she wasn't going far enough. He said that he still felt like she was playing it safe. She had this hard croc print, and he felt like she just wasn't pushing hard enough with it. Johnny sort of ran into a little hiccup, because he was going to do 3 looks, but he had booked four models, 2 men, 2 women, and he said the one with the outfit that didn't work or wasn't, he said he was just going to let that person go. But what ended up happening was they sort of threw a monkey wrench, because the female model that he wanted ended up canceling. So he was kind of stuck with 2 men, 1 woman, which is really, he was only making 3 looks to begin with. And so it kind of was like, this is what I was planning to begin with. It's not a problem. However, it was the designer he wanted, he really wanted. And he was making 2 female looks and 1 male look. So he decided, okay, I'm gonna keep the 2 guys, but I'm gonna end up putting one of the guys into the dress. And he was like, the judges will either really, really love it or they'll really, really hate it. I wasn't sure how I felt about that idea, but I understood his reasoning. I would say Esther did the best job of working with her seamstresses. Esther made them, she understood making them feel like they were a part of the team was important. Giving them a sense of ownership was important. She talked to them about what, you let me know, I need you to do this. How much time do you think you're going to need on that? You think you can get it done in an hour? Oh, wait a minute, 20 minutes? Oh, that's perfect. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? She said that she even had the seamstresses come with her to the model fitting, so that they were there and could see the fitting and see the process of, okay, this is going to work, this isn't going to work, and understand why she was changing what she was changing or what she was changing. And I thought that was like brilliant. At one point, the seamstresses even made a mistake, and she said, wait a minute, this isn't what I envisioned. However, it's actually better. Like, it was just, let me be honest, Esther isn't my favorite, but I like her, if that makes any sense. I'm not crazy about her clothes. Like, I would never wear her clothes. She doesn't design for me. But I like her from I don't know how to describe it. I don't dislike her. Sander, I'm not crazy about. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like his clothes, and I'm not really crazy about his personality. For example, Tim, I think I kind of got sidetracked. Tim was telling him he wasn't crazy about his color pattern. And after Tim went through explaining it or whatever, and Sander was like, well, Tim doesn't like the pink, clearly, but he doesn't have to wear it. And I'm like, his personality, I'm not crazy about. I'm not crazy about him. And he definitely, he doesn't design for me again. Obviously, he doesn't design for me. Out of the 4 that's left, the people I would buy something from would definitely be Johnny, and y'all know I love my Megan. Y'all know I love Megan. Esther would be 3rd. Like, Esther doesn't design for me, but if I were a celebrity and I had a stylist, and the stylist bought me one of Esther's outfits, I would wear it. Does that make sense what I'm saying? I wouldn't go into the store looking for an Esther original, but if somebody bought it to me and was like, girl, you need to wear this on Ellen. You got that interview on Ellen, girl. This outfit will look cute with the cameras, and it was slimming you because it's black. I'd be like, okay. All right, let me try it on. Anyway, so Johnny also ran into a problem with time. He was trying to do, I think in the beginning he was just being too ambitious. He was trying to do a lot. He was trying to, y'all know how they do. They overplan, and then they get down to the wire, and it is not. This was a 2-day challenge with the seamstresses there. Johnny still didn't have enough time to execute what it was he was trying to do. And he ran out of time. Esther actually got done early. Here's my problem. And Esther helped him finish. From the aspect of they've gotten to know each other, they've built a relationship, they've built a camaraderie, they've built even a tentative friendship with each other. I understand Esther helping. But at this point in the competition, I do have a problem with Esther helping Johnny get something on that runway. I do. I really did have a problem with that. But let me be clear. Do I think at this point in the competition, do I think that it would have knocked Johnny out if he had only sent 2 pieces down versus 3 pieces? I don't. Because they really like Johnny. Johnny's won a lot of challenges. And if Johnny had sent down 2 very well executed looks and not explained that he ran out of time, but came up with a good explanation as to why he only did 2 looks instead of 3, Johnny would still been safe, in my opinion. But, and Megan was kind of looking over, and she had a problem with it. And I was with you, Megan. I had a problem with it too. I really did. But it is what it is. It was what it was. And Esther helped Johnny, and Johnny was able to finish his 3rd look. I just want to make sure that's all I want to say before we get to the runway looks. So let's get to the runway looks, okay? Okay. Esther sent down 3, well, they all sent down 3 looks. Esther's first look, I did like. It was no, her first look I wasn't crazy about. It was okay. It was a white top, black pants. I thought it was eh. I thought it was eh. It was okay. Her second look is the look that I really liked. It was a black jacket and it had this pleated thing going on at the bottom. I really, really did like that. And then underneath she had made this white t-shirt that said top 3. I loved that. I loved the confidence of it. It was a cute t-shirt. It was executed very well. I thought it was cute, and I definitely loved the confidence it took and the little, the little thumbing her nose at the whole situation to say, I'm top 3. I know I am. I did like her second look. Her third look was a black dress that, again, I thought was nice, but it didn't wow me. I thought it was nice, though. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was nice, but it did not wow me. Okay? Okay. I didn't like any of Sanders' looks. Any of them. He had a black and like neon green aesthetic. I didn't like any of them. Sanders has been out of the top 4, Sanders is my least favorite designer out of the top 4. I think I already said that, so let me not repeat myself. I wasn't crazy about any of Sanders' looks. I just didn't like them. Of course, the judges loved they loved Esther's look. They loved all of what Esther did. They loved all 3 of Esther's looks. I was like, first of all, in my opinion, Esther gonna win. Spoiler alert, that's my opinion. I don't know anything to be fact, but I think Esther gonna win. Just based on the fact that Esther has won so many other design challenges, and the ones that she didn't win, she was still in top. There's only one challenge that she was sort of in the bottom, but she was never in danger of going home, I don't think. Then we get to Megan and Johnny, okay? Megan's first look was very strong. It was it was a black suit with the black pattern. She had the black croc pattern on the lapel and different parts. I loved that suit. I thought it was gorgeous. What pissed me off, though, was that immediately, as soon as it came out, the judges were like, oh, that's great, but it reminds me of Esther. And it was almost like they were saying it was a good suit only because it looked like something Esther would make. So my thing is, well, first of all, there's still a level of execution. There's still a level of tailoring. And just because Esther has done everything in black, she does not own the market on a black outfit. Just because it's a black outfit doesn't mean, oh, that's Esther. It pissed me off because I felt like you're really lowering what Megan has done all season. Because Megan has been giving y'all great looks all season. Y'all just haven't been paying attention. Because that first episode, those looks that she sent down the runway on that first episode, they didn't even mention them. And I still think those were some great looks that she sent that very first episode. And so that just really pissed me off. I didn't like it because I felt like you are taking away from what Megan is and the designer she is. I did not like it all. Her second look, now Megan, I have to be honest, her second look was very reminiscent of the outfit she had last week, the black and white, I told you guys, with the capri leather pants and the skirt, the billowy skirt. It was it really did look almost like the same outfit, for the exception of she had the croc middle section. She made like almost like a cummerbund type thing, but it was made out of that croc, that leather croc material I was telling you guys about. And the pants were not as tailored as they were last week. I did not like it from that aspect, because again, I just felt like we saw it. I mean, literally just last week, Megan. Like, the third outfit I thought was nice. It was a white dress, again, with the black croc in the middle, like almost like a belt, and it was very frilly and billowy, and I liked it. And Naomi loved it. She said that it's a dress that she would definitely wear. So then we had Johnny. Now, I did not like his first look. It was a sheer beige top with a jacket that was ill-fitting and some leather pants, okay? I wasn't crazy about it. The second look was the dress he made a couple of challenges ago. The only difference was it was a gray sheer and it was pleated, but it was the exact same dress. In my opinion, it was the exact same damn dress. But it was cute. I liked it. I did like it, but it was definitely the same dress. Then his third look, well, actually his second look and third, anyway, was a leather coat with like the zipper and like the side. And the one thing that Heidi said was, I like the coat, but don't you already have one? And every single of the judges was like, yeah, I do. I actually have it. I've had it for years. So again, it was nothing new to it. It was a nice jacket, but it wasn't anything new. And so Johnny had a bad day. Megan didn't have the best day. And in that moment, I knew Johnny was going to move on and Megan wasn't going to make the cut, because it's going to come down to the totality of their work. And the totality of their work is that Johnny has done better overall than Megan has. Do I think that Megan might have been robbed a couple of times? I do. But that's me, and I'm biased because y'all know I like Megan. I'm just keeping it real because that's all I got. So they get back to the judging, and they went through this whole thing of why do you deserve it, and tell us about your progression. You know, it was a long judging process. You know, they tell us about how you've grown as a designer. You know how they do. Lord Megan, Esther won. That's why I said Esther gonna win, y'all. Esther gonna win. And the only way Esther doesn't win this is if she screws it up herself. Esther gonna win. But okay, let me say this: it's gonna be Esther with Johnny. It ain't gonna be Sandra. It's gonna be Esther with Johnny. Sandra was safe, and it came down to Megan and Johnny, and they had to basically, you know, convince the judges. So the judges went back and deliberated. And let me tell y'all something: Naomi Campbell fought for Megan. She fought for Megan. She fought hard. And she even said the same thing to the judges that I just said, that because they said the same thing about Megan's look. The only reason why it was good is because it looked like something Esther would make. And they even said that her other look looked like something that Johnny would make. And Megan and Naomi said that's not fair. She said, I disagree, and that's not fair. Y'all, she fought. Let me tell y'all something. I have been loving Naomi. I don't care what people. I have been loving Naomi Campbell throughout this whole process. Even when I didn't agree with her critique, I respected her critique. Y'all understand what I'm saying? She fought for Megan, and Megan did not make the cut. And when I tell you, Naomi Campbell cried. Naomi Campbell cried, and she hugged that girl. I mean, she didn't let go. I mean, she hugged Megan so long. I was like, well, Naomi, go on, call her to come. Naomi, you hook her up. Okay? You hook her up. But Naomi fought. She fought hard for Megan. And, you know, like I said, she was upset when Megan left. She was crying and everything. And I'm going to say this. I'm disappointed, but I'm not surprised. I'm disappointed that Megan went home, but I'm really not surprised, because I really, and if you go back and look at my reviews, I've been saying from the beginning that I feel like the judges were sleeping on Megan, and that the judges weren't really giving Megan her due. I've been saying that from the beginning, and that's how I've been feeling. And so you know, we're here. Let me know what y'all think. Maybe y'all disagree with a sister. Let me know what y'all think. Drop it in the comments. Peace.